welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. On today's program, we get to chat with Kelly Cobble, president of the Quincy Art Association, about their upcoming Arts Fest celebration. First, though, we check out the weather and the news for you this morning. Currently in Quincy, brilliant sunshine out there at 66 degrees right now. It'll top off into the lower 70s with a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Another clear, cool night tonight. Temperatures will drop off into the mid-50s, and really a spectacular last week of summer coming up this week. Sunny days, mild temperatures, and clear, comfortable nights in the low to mid-50s. It'll start to warm up again, believe it or not, on Friday, but until then, nothing but sunny, dry conditions. 66 in Quincy right now. In the news today, the Quincy City Council tonight will be debating a request for over $17 million to make some seawall and other repairs along Howes Neck, Adams Shore, and Marymount. Mayor Thomas Koch is requesting that funding to raise the height of seawalls and make some other flood mitigation improvements in areas that experienced some devastating flooding during recent storms. Ward 1 City Councilor Dave McCarthy says the improvements are desperately needed.
It's that great package that is going to help everybody from beginning at Chickatawbut in Marymount down to the Willows, Manatee and Babcock and Howes Neck. Better improved seawall, better improved drainage, a pump house. I'm not an expert on all the ins and outs, but it'll be a great presentation and it'll get us going in the right direction. Then there's a second phase that'll come from the Willows down to Bayswater, down to Perry Beach, by Bayview Ave and Howes Neck, and that'll be coming up probably after the first of the year community meetings, and we're off and running on seawalls. So it's all good stuff.
Mayor Thomas Koch says he wants the city to put up the money first. He'll then seek some state and federal grants. The state did previously award the city $100,000 to help study and design the new seawall system. Also this fall, the mayor is expected to ask the city council to approve funding to replace the Quincy Police Station with a new public safety complex. Koch says the current facility on C Street is inadequate for today's public safety needs.
The station was kind of a add-on in the 80s, and I think they spent almost $10 million in the 80s. You probably could have built a brand new building behind it at the time for the same amount. It just was crazy. So it doesn't work well for the public. It doesn't work well for the operations of the police department, particularly this day and age with all the changes we have. So we have engaged, as we got money last year from the council, an architecture firm to do some studies and to do some initial design work, and we're getting there. My initial idea was to try to combine a police and fire headquarters. But after much analysis and review, we will not be putting the fire apparatus there. It would have had an adverse effect on another part of our city, this really South Quincy, on the response time, which I did not want to have a negative effect on that anywhere. So we're looking at a complete new police station, and we'll be putting the administration operation of the fire department in there, as well as emergency management.
The new complex would also house the Fire Department Administration, Health Department, Emergency Management, the Building Department, and Veterans Services. Initial cost estimates put the new complex at $80 million. Now that the preliminary election in Quincy is over, city officials are preparing for the November 5th final election. City Clerk Nicole Crispo says anybody who has not registered to vote has a month from today to do so.
So the last day to register to vote for the final election will be October 16th, and we will be open till 8 p.m. on that evening. But from here until then, we're open 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. You can also register online. You can find that through our website at quincyma.gov. Go to the city clerk's page and to elections, and you can get right to the Secretary of the Commonwealth's website.
There are races this year for mayor, city councilor in wards 1, 3, 5, and 6, the 3 at-large council seats, and 3 school committee seats. Fewer than 10% of voters cast ballots in the preliminary election last week, but Crispo is confident of a much higher turnout on November 5th. City of Quincy did pause last week to remember the 18th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks on the United States. At the annual ceremony held in front of fire headquarters on Quincy Avenue, the guest speaker, Norfolk County Sheriff Jerome McDermott, said that it's important to remember and honor the victims of 9/11 every day.
We come together like this on a solemn occasion. We're reminded of what happened on 9/11/2001. We all know where we were. My two children were not even born yet. They're 15 and 17. And I thought about that this morning, and when they got to be about the ages of 10 and 11 respectively, I allowed them to see some videos on YouTube, not to frighten them, but just to educate them. And I think as parents and grandparents, and it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that future generations never forget, not to breed hatred for anyone, but just to make sure that they understand why things are the way they are today. I bring my kids home to see their mother once a year to Ireland, and we go through Boston Logan Airport. And of course, like most people, they get a little impatient with the long lines. And I explain to them what things used to be like before 9/11 and how much things have changed, how drastically, how we've given up some of our freedoms, how there are cameras everywhere now, and that we've taken all these safety and security measures to protect innocent lives, and we had to do it. I do think that it's something we need to do as a country, is not just come together on this solemn occasion to thank our brave, heroic first responders, police, fire, and EMS. We need to do it all the time, every day.
Quincy Fire Chief Jack Cadigan also said it's important to remember the almost 500 people who've died from illnesses related to the exposure of harmful debris from the 9/11 disaster, and the survivors and their families who continue to suffer from the effects of that exposure. Now that you're up to date with weather and news, let's check out our programming lineup for you for later on today here on Quincy Access Television. It'll start at 5 o'clock with a replay of this program currently in Quincy. Then at 5:30, you can see that full 9/11 remembrance ceremony from last week. Norfolk County Prevention Coalition program at 6 p.m. Tonight's topic, vaping education. At 6:30, we're at the Kennedy Center with a performance by Siggy Mahler. And Eye on Quincy is back for the season, live tonight at 7 on Channel 8. 8 o'clock Friday nights, North Quincy High Silver Lake football game for you. Democracy Now! At 11 on Channel 8. And then at midnight, an At the Library concert series featuring Albino Emby. Check out Channel 9 every day. Learn about Quincy City Department's different committee activities. Starts at 5:30 with Quincy in Focus. At 6 p.m., a Quincy Police Department promotion ceremony that was held Friday at City Hall. That 9/11 remembrance ceremony for you again tonight at 6:15 on Channel 9. And at 6:30, tonight's Quincy City Council meeting is live from City Hall. Get a complete program schedule over on our website, which is qatv.org. Click on Program Schedule when you get there. And as always, do please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can also check out our weekly ad in the Quincy Sun. Coming up, we take a look at a few of the current events and activities we're featuring on our electronic bulletin board on Channel 8 for your information. Please stay with us. We're back with you in just 1 minute. Welcome back. Here is a check of some of the current events and activities we're featuring now in our electronic bulletin board on Channel 8 for you to know about. City of Quincy will become the first U.S. city to host Fair Saturday events. This will be on November 30th. It's an international event founded back in Spain 5 years ago, and it seeks to highlight arts and culture, and local organizations will be hosting a variety of events and activities right here in Quincy. Visit fairsaturday.org for all the details. Quinn Cycles Blue Hills Ride is scheduled for November 2nd at 9 a.m. Participants are invited to meet at the Bernazani Elementary School and then ride through the Blue Hills Reservation. Visit the website quinncycles.org to learn all about it. Quincy Community Action Program's Financial Reach Center will be open on September 27th at 10 a.m. at their Quincy Center headquarters. Now, the center offers free financial counseling, money management, credit repair and counseling, job search, support and placement, and much, much more. And the second annual Spotlight on Parkinson Symposium is scheduled for September 20th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Florian Hall in Dorchester. This is sponsored by St. Elizabeth's Medical Center. Call 617-789-3320 for more information. And if you have an event or an activity you'd like to promote, visit our website at qatv.org. Just download a bulletin board request form, fill it out, and send it in. We'll get your message up here on Channel 8 too. Coming up, we chat with Kelly Cobble of the Quincy Art Association about Arts Fest and more. That's next. Welcome back. One of the harbingers of fall here in the city of Quincy, at least, is the annual Arts Fest celebration. And this year, it's coming up a week later than normal. It's the last weekend in September. And Quincy Art Association President Kelly Cobble is here with all the details. Hey, Kelly, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Happy almost fall.
Exactly. Well, we'll usher it right in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's probably your signature event of the season, I'm guessing.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
It is. This is really the culmination of the work that we do all year.
Right.
We do have exhibits and we do have classes, but we gear up for this.
This is the
all
big one.
year. I don't know how we ever pull it off. It is a pretty small team,
Right.
but very talented and dedicated team. So
Yes,
I have
yeah.
to give that shout out. No doubt.
Two-day event, as always, right?
Absolutely.
September 28th and 29th this year.
Yes, yes.
So how come the
So-
change?
Oh, a variety of things. The city has really pumped up, their arts and culture and, community events.
Yeah.
So they just thought, the weather is a little bit more unpredictable, in the summer, and they just wanted to move it up to a good time.
Okay.
So I think we're good.
How
I think
many,
it's good.
what year for the Arts Fest is this?
This is our 22nd
Wow.
year. Actually, it's funny. I was talking to my husband last night, realizing that it's been 22 years, and he goes, "Yes, I remember Annette Pagliarani
Yes.
calling you all the time."
Yes.
And I said, "Wow, my daughter was born 22 years ago." So I said, "That must have been very interesting." I said,
Yeah.
"I think you might be a little jealous that Annette had so much of my attention."
How did it kind of all get started? What was the
Oh.
thought behind it? Yeah.
Annette
Annette was the
Pagliarani.
one, yeah. Well, she founded the Art Association, basically,
She did.
right? Yeah.
She did, actually. And next year is a big anniversary for that. She started in 1965.
Oh,
so,
okay. Wow.
I don't know if we can pull off something next year or if we have to wait until 2025 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Your 55th anniversary
yes,
coming up. Wow, okay.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 1965.
Yep.
So that's fun. So Annette just was always so enthusiastic, and she just really felt like she had to showcase what we do at the Quincy Art Association and what so many other artists do on the South Shore.
Yeah.
That she never gave up pounding on the door of City Hall. And fortunately, she had a very good friend in Tom Koch, who was the head of the recreation department at the time. And he agreed that the arts should have a little extra spotlight. So he helped form a partnership between the Quincy Art Association and the City of Quincy.
Okay.
And they really, we tried to hammer out whatever details we can, but it really has evolved into
yeah.
something much different than what it started out as.
Right.
And we're thrilled, and hopefully the city thinks it's as good as an opportunity as we think.
Yeah, initially it was just, I think, a few hours presentation in the big meeting room at Park and Recreation Department building, right? Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
And then we started in the little tent outside
right.
on the lawn,
Yep.
and we love the new Adams Field venue,
Oh, it's
and we
gorgeous,
love that they've been able to expand it with other activities so
Right.
that everybody really wants to come.
It really has grown to it. Like I said, your signature event of the season.
Exactly.
It's one of the fall destination points, I think, for folks even who maybe not live in the city anymore.
Well,
They
that's
come
it.
back
And
for that, yeah.
we just took in the art last week, so I love seeing where all the other artists come from
Yeah.
and the interest. And we're competing with some really talented people, down in the North River and Duxbury Art Association. There's just they can have high standards because they have a little bit more time and energy to invest in their programs, whereas we feel like we're just kind of scrapping it together.
Well, give yourself credit.
We do.
55 years is
Exactly.
quite an accomplishment.
All volunteer.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing,
That's
and
right.
not everybody has that opportunity, but we pull it off, and I think they still want to keep going.
Well, that's another change too. Is it initially was just the Quincy Art Association, right? But then it grew and grew and grew, and now you have art associations from
Well,
all over.
everybody was no. We've always had, as far as the Arts Fest
Yeah.
goes, we've always had a juried and a members show,
Oh, okay.
and then we've always had it open to anybody.
Anybody,
So
okay.
the juried, we really do get some top-notch judges,
Mm-hmm.
and that's that little competition that the artists have among themselves
Okay.
for competing for prizes and
Yes.
prize money, and so it is appealing to other artists outside of Quincy.
Okay.
But we do like to also showcase just our members
Yeah.
and just the people who are members of the Quincy Art Association, who are also from other towns, but
Yeah.
loyal to Quincy Art Association.
One of
So-
my favorite exhibits every year is the Young Artists presentation.
Exactly,
It's just amazing to see
exactly.
the talent these young people have.
Yes, yes. And so all of the students from the Quincy Public Schools
Yep.
have an opportunity to participate. They're all encouraged to participate, and they will be represented. And we also have then another level where if young adults are interested in, learning how to frame their art and make an investment in their artwork, then they are put into another part of the show
Okay.
where they are judged also.
compete also, okay,
And
yeah.
so it's really fun, really fun.
The fun part about it too is by the time the show rolls around, all the judging's done, so you actually get to see who wins.
Exactly, right. So we'll have that's when our crazy time
Right.
also. We have to pull together all the names
Yep.
and notify the winners, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So give us a little preview, if you can, of what we can expect at Arts Fest this year.
A large variety of work, really. I was really struck this year. Again, I don't know if it's because of the different people that are coming around, but everything is so different. And you do see some trends. Some
Really?
people tend to maybe, animals or something,
Okay, yeah.
or if a particular pastel teacher is really strong, we might be seeing, more pastels come around, or somebody gets enthusiastic about it. So, the collage, the little mixed media is kind of hitting a little
Right.
popularity
It's not
point.
just paintings, right? It's,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
In
everything.
sculpture,
Yeah.
of course. Right.
Photography,
Right.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So something for everyone.
we really love our partnership with the South Shore Camera Club
Yes.
because they add a much larger dimension to the whole thing. And,
Sure.
and I love seeing their work. So many of them travel
Mm-hmm.
and bring that international realm to the program. So it's fun.
All the work is for sale, we should mention. So this
Most
is
of it's for
okay,
sale, yes,
okay.
absolutely. And yes, that's always an opportunity. We really love to promote that because that's really what the artists depend on.
Exactly,
Is
yeah.
selling their work. And, the prize money is minimal, but if they can sell their work, it really makes a difference. And it's amazing how expensive it is to prepare it for
right?
show. My son put a couple of pieces in 2 years ago, and we never imagined, anything for sale.
Sure.
But we actually had two families fighting over one of his pieces of work. So
How nice is
he
that?
had to, quickly come up with a price tag.
Right.
And so I, of course, let him do what he thought, he needed to do.
Yes.
And he being humble and gracious, $25. But then I started thinking, we paid for him to have that printed, and that was, probably close to $20.
Right.
And then the frame wasn't so cheap.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
good for him for making a sale, but it made me realize, you can't take it lightly.
Well, art and business sometimes don't go hand in hand.
That's for sure. That's
Yeah.
why we're an all-volunteer organization.
Yeah.
We wouldn't exist, unfortunately,
Sure,
if
yeah.
we had to depend on paying anybody to do our job. So.
Right. Typically, there is pieces of work that are raffled off too, right?
Yes, the
yeah.
raffle, again, is another opportunity that we use to benefit the Quincy Art Association.
yeah.
And that goes to our scholarship fund,
Okay,
which we are very happy to have given a very nice award to one of the students at North Quincy High School. And upon reconsidering it, we're hoping to maybe even give another one to a student last year
Nice.
who, because we didn't have another winner from the Quincy High School, but on reconsideration, we
Yeah.
really did think that they were talented. So
Sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah.
We should not forget about your classes and
No,
remind folks
exactly.
about your classes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. And again, the classes and the work that comes from the classes are also what ends up being in the show, especially the young children.
Mm-hmm.
So many of the students who take classes on Saturday mornings, their work will be in the tent, and hopefully it will be framed and
How exciting for them, right?
exactly
Yeah.
prepared appropriately for
Right,
display.
right.
But yes, we love to showcase those pieces, and we do have our fall schedule already, and it's up on our web.
Okay.
October 7th is when the first classes will begin,
Okay.
and some of them actually were so popular that we had to add a second class.
Nice.
So
That's a nice problem.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's so unique. We have a whole clay workshop in our basement. So we have the kiln and wheels and fabulous teachers, both for children and for adults.
Yeah.
So it really gives people an opportunity to work with clay and produce some wonderful things.
For folks who don't know, the Art Association is on High School Avenue behind Fire Department headquarters and the little dead-end street there that I
That's
think
right.
used to be a school at one point.
Absolutely, it
years
was
ago.
a high school
Yeah.
at one point. Or I'm not sure if the building was.
Yeah.
But yes.
It was a school,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
yeah.
it was a school. I don't know, high school, but yes. Yes.
And there's talk, I'm sure you're familiar with maybe bringing up some kind of performing arts center to
Right,
Quincy
right,
Center at some
right.
point.
We're
You're
very happy.
Part of that discussion?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and we're happy to have that. I
Sure.
mean, again, all of the artists, they just feel that they never have enough opportunity to showcase and exhibit their artwork.
Sure.
So that's been a real impetus of ours to be advocating for something like that so that we can really help promote the arts.
Yeah. We should talk a little bit, I guess, about the fact that the Quincy Symphony Orchestra for the past few
Yes.
years is also part of Arts Fest.
Yes, yes, and this year it will be at 1 o'clock
Right.
in the afternoon.
Yeah, on the 28th, right?
On Saturday the 28th. Right, right. So we look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
That will be, I think, a nice respite because normally we go all day long from 10 to 5. And I think it will give us a little bit of a break where we can sit and relax and enjoy.
Yep.
And, hopefully everybody will just come and enjoy the day.
Well, music is art too, right?
Absolutely,
It's all part of
absolutely.
it.
We always look to partner with, either the symphony or the choral
Yes.
society,
Yeah.
any way we can. So, which actually brings me to the Fair Saturday that I saw.
Yes.
Also, a little plug on, and we are participating in the Fair
Oh, you are?
Saturday
Okay, of course,
initiative.
yeah.
Yes, we're hoping for an art exhibit at the Quincy Historical Society.
Okay.
And what we wanted to do was partner with the Historical Society and possibly even another musical venue, and because that's what actually initiated the Fair Saturday in Spain. It was a day of 20 choruses participating in the day and going on simultaneously throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are focusing on Quincy landmarks and landscapes.
Perfect.
So we would
Yeah.
love for artists to be able to participate in an exhibit. Many of them we will see at the end of this month, I'm
Right.
sure, because there's always the Best of Quincy
Yes.
category that is always a prize winner. And many times, I would say almost 90% of the time, the work usually is sold. So
Okay, so putting
we
the call
thought-
out now.
Exactly,
Great.
exactly.
But in the short term, it's the 22nd Annual Quincy Arts Fest,
Yes.
September 28th and 29th
Right.
at Adams Field.
Yes, completely free.
QuincyArtMA.org, completely free, right? Lots of family activities, too, in addition to the art
Yes,
displays.
good
Yeah.
food, good fun,
Yep.
good activities, hands-on as well as just enjoying the artwork.
Great. Thanks so much, Kelly. Great to talk to you.
Thank you.
We'll see you at Arts Fest.
Exactly, yes.
Just enough time to recap the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. I'm sure they're hoping for weather like this during Arts Fest weekend. Lots of sunshine in the low 70s this afternoon. Nice and comfortable tonight, down to the mid 50s. And looks like just sunny, seasonable days for the rest of this week and clear, cool nights. It'll warm up again, believe it or not, on Friday. Thanks again going out to Kelly Cobble from the Quincy Art Association.
All right, thank you.
Thanks to our crew, and thank you for watching. Join us again Friday at 11:30 for another live edition of Currently in Quincy. We'll see you then.